Hello everybody, today I'm going to be showing you how to build a 5x5 slime block honey block piston door. This is what it looks like. It opens up really fast and it closes up from the bottom, and then the top also comes down. That is because if you're running and you have to close it up, then the bottom closes up and your pursuer can't get through, and then the top closes up because they would have to think really fast to be able to build up there or whatever. So this is a very fast door. It is a very complicated build, but it is very fun to make, and it is also very impressive. So this door was recommended to me by a comment. RexxyPro asked me if I could build this, so I decided to make this the tutorial for today. And the materials you need for this are 13 slime blocks, 12 honey blocks, a stack of blocks, and then 3 normal blocks, 2 stacks of redstone, and then an extra 9, 14 obsidian, 50 repeaters, 35 pistons, 10 droppers, 60 glass, a stack of observers, 28 redstone torches, and then 11 more observers. And then I would give yourself 7 more stacks of blocks so you can build these lines down here, and you can build this line coming out here that would power, and so you can also build this little area here. You don't have to, but it just makes it look pretty cool. Now let's get on to this tutorial. So what you're going to want to start doing is actually building the door frame and the actual door. So you're going to want to start out on a block. Give yourself at least 11 blocks to build because this does go down pretty low. Now since this is a 5x5 door, just going to give myself 7 blocks here. Is that 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, it is. I'm going to build it out a bit. You don't have to. This is just so I can step back and see it. So once you're done with this, you can actually build up your door. You can build it up wherever you like. You can make it flush, but it would work better, and it will, if the top is not going to be covered, then it will not look as good if you don't have a frame around the door. Now since this is going to be 5 blocks tall, give yourself another 7 blocks. Come over here, and then do the same thing. Now you have a little 5x5 area. Now come back here and fill this in, not on the side where your door frame is, but back here. Fill this in with blocks, and then once you're done with that, you're going to want to start actually placing your slime blocks and honey blocks. So you're going to build up 3 blocks with the slime, go to the next block, 2 at the top, 3 over here, 2 at the top, and then 3 down at this side. Now you're going to want to do the same, but with honey. So you're basically alternating them so you have separate modules that you will be picking up. And once you're done with that, now you can build out your floor. Make sure that the blocks that are right next to the slime or honey blocks when they get pushed down are obsidian, so they don't get pulled out. Right now I'm not using obsidian, but I will take that out later. So now for the top of this build, this is basically a double piston extender pulling up all of these little modules at the bottom here, pulling them up so your door frame is open. So what you're going to want to start off doing is place your 7 obsidian on the top. You have 7 obsidian on the bottom and 7 obsidian on the top. This is just so that these blocks don't get pulled down because you can't pull down obsidian. Now what you're going to want to do is take a line of redstone here, run this along your obsidian, and then down right here, take 2 blocks of redstone right there. That is so that all of these blocks can be powered. Then what you want to do is get some observers, your blocks, and your repeaters. Then you're going to come out 1 block, go up, and then make this 5 blocks long. So this is 5 blocks long. So basically all of these blocks except for the ones on the side. And then what you want to do is build another 5 blocks long, but down here, and then run repeaters into that. These are all going to be at 1 tick. Then come on out the back and then place your redstone back here. And then what you're going to want to do is come out and place another row of blocks on the top so it looks something like this. So now what you're going to want to do is place 5 redstone torches on this block, running into this block. Then you're going to want to break these blocks. This is only temporary because you're going to place them back, just so you can place in these observers, and you want these facing up, which is why you have them built like this. So you want their little faces to be up here. This is going to be a bit tricky, but once you get it, then you're going to place back your stone bricks or whatever block you used. You don't have to use stone bricks. I just like using stone bricks. Then you're going to place observers into this, running like this. Then repeaters on the top of these at 2 ticks. Then more repeaters all at 1 tick. And then now you're going to want to place your sticky pistons all facing down. Of course, you're going to want to place 2 sticky pistons. So this is also going to be a bit tricky, but eventually you will get it after a bit. What you can do is you can get rid of these redstone torches so these pistons aren't activated, and then you can just place these in. Then once you're done with that, then place back your redstone torches, and then now that is done. Now for this next part of the build, I'm not gonna lie, I spent a lot of time in here. This is my stumped redstoner hut of shame, because I had to come up with this. It took me 5 hours, but I did this for you guys, so you won't have to come up with this yourselves. Now, what you're going to want to start doing is come on the back here. So 2 blocks away from your obsidian, you're going to want to place in these blocks. Then place in redstone torches. Then place in a row of blocks underneath here, like this. Place in another row of blocks. These need to be 5 blocks long because these are going to be what's powering your pistons. Now you need to have all of your redstone torches on these so they can power your pistons. Have another row of blocks back here. And then you're going to have your final row of blocks out here. These are going to be your last redstone torches. And then back here, more blocks. You guessed it. And then once that is done, then what you're going to want to do is build out these just 1 more. And then you're done placing blocks on this side. Now what you're going to want to do, place in redstone repeaters at 2 ticks at the top, then put redstone dust, redstone repeaters at 4 ticks, and then redstone dust, and then back down here, redstone repeaters with 2 ticks, and then you guessed it, more redstone dust. And now we're done with this little section. So now what you're going to want to do is build out these 4 more blocks, so you have 3 blocks in the middle like this. Then what you're going to want to do is start placing in your glass. Now all of your glass is going to start here, place it down here, place it along this, so it's like a little ladder. Place more down here, place more down here, more down here. So you're basically having a staircase of glass that is running along here. And then your final one is going to be down here. Then once you're done with that, you're going to build this out with your blocks, 3. Then you're going to want to build it out 3 more. Then you're going to want to build it out 3 more, but 1 down. Once you're done with that, build it up 2 more, but it's 1 block taller. And then build it out 1 more, 1 block taller than that. Then build another 1 block taller out of glass. Build 1 coming back out of glass. And then keep on doing that 1 more time. And then that is done for like the basic structure of this. So now we're going to start lacing this all with redstone. So on the bottom layer of glass over here, lace it all with redstone. Over here, all with redstone. All of these layers of glass you're going to want to lace with redstone. But that's not specifically the case all the way throughout because we do have to place some repeaters down there. So don't do this for all of the layers, even the solid blocks down there, because that's not entirely what you have to do. So now you're done with that. What you're going to want to do is in the middle block here, start placing redstone here. Then on the middle block, just 2 out with redstone, full redstone, and then 2 repeaters in a row, all on 1 tick. You can break some of these blocks if you want to make it easier. And then once you're done with that, then what you're going to want to do is have this all redstone, more redstone down here, a line of repeaters all at 4 ticks. More redstone. And guess what? 2 more redstone down the middle. And then lace all of this glass with redstone. And then down here, this is going to be part of our staircase, but it's not like glass or solid blocks. You're actually going to want to place observers on here, have them 1 block taller, and then you're going to want to put a redstone on top of them, and then you're going to want to put glass up here. So now what you're going to want to do is go 2 blocks out, and then have a full row of glass here. Up here, you're going to have observers facing this direction, only 1 row, and then you can get rid of these. Have some redstone up here, and then on here, you're actually going to have repeaters running through here, and those are going to be on 4 ticks, I believe. No, they're going to have them on 3 ticks. I spent so long on this. Oh my gosh. You can get rid of your observers here so you can put your repeaters on 3 ticks. And then you can place them back. It's all for preference. Once you're done with that, then what you're going to want to do is come out on the bottom and then place another row of observers on the back of these. Then what we're actually going to want to come down here and start placing our pistons down. Bring another row of blocks here, just so it's easier. Then you're going to want to take your sticky pistons, 1 block out here, and then place them down. Again, you can take out your redstone torches if that will help you place these, but yet again, you will eventually get them. I'm going to leave it for now and then take out these, but I will get them in. You just want 3 sticky pistons down here, but make sure that they are lined up with your slime blocks. Mine are not, so I'm afraid I'm just going to have to move them. That is a critical part, making sure your sticky pistons are aligned with your slime blocks. If they're not, then just move them over. Oh boy. So I know what my problem was. I put this block 3 blocks away, or not So I put this block 2 blocks away from the obsidian. You want these blocks to be right next to the obsidian. That was my fault. Hopefully you guys watch this video all the way through before you start building. That's what I do. That's how you know everything before you do it. So just make sure you catch that, or else you're just going to have to rebuild everything. All I did was rebuild the top 1 block away, so I didn't have to rebuild this again. But now that that is done, what you're going to want to do is place in a row of redstone dust here, place in 5 observers facing this way, place in observers on the top of these facing down. Then you're going to want to place observers facing this way, facing outwards. You're going to want to place them on this block. Once you're done with that, you're going to want to get droppers, place them on top of these. Doesn't matter which direction they're facing. Then you're going to want to place droppers here on the side of these. Then place a row of solid blocks on here. A row of observers facing not that direction, that direction. So you can break these blocks if you want. It'll make it easier for you. But then you do have to replace these because these do need to be solid blocks. Then once you're done with that, observers facing into here. Once you're done with that, you're going to want to place sticky pistons on top of these observers that are facing down. Then on the back side of those, you just want to place observers, a row of observers, facing into those sticky pistons, because when these get pushed out, they're going to activate those pistons. On the top of this, you want to lace it with redstone dust. You want to have, then down here, you want to have a row of observers facing up. So what you can do is just get down here and then place them down. Once again, these observers are so tricky to place, but since you have to have so many, I'm sure you'll have extra so you won't run into a problem. Observers running into those, so the arrow's pointing this way. Then once you're done with that, you're going to want to put repeaters here. All of these are going to be on 4 ticks, and then the same for this. Don't worry about your pistons moving right now because that is not going to affect anything at this moment. Then, once you're done with that, you're going to want to place solid blocks against the back of these repeaters. And then you're going to want to place sticky pistons down here. And then observers facing this way on the back of here. Now, once you're done with that, all you're going to want to do next is one more line of solid blocks here. Actually, wait, no. These are supposed to be observers, and you want these facing down. So I placed in my observers off camera, and now once you're done with that, you're going to want to place redstone dust on the top of these. Then come over here, place in your observers here, and then have solid blocks on the back of these. And now this should all start functioning. A way that you can test it is by putting a little block here, and then you can place a redstone torch and see if it starts working, and it does. And then you can just break that redstone torch because you don't need it, and then it will just revert back to its normal self. Just remember that if you are powering this and depowering this, you're going to have to wait a while because the action will still be going on, and you don't want to mess that up, or else it might mess up something in the redstone, because if you're repeatedly turning it off and on, it could mess up something. So just keep that in mind. So now, since the redstone is all done, we're just going to check back here, see if this does work. It does. So you do want to check and make sure that your redstone is all done before you go on to wiring them up, or else something will probably go wrong. Then what you're going to want to do is come out here 4 blocks away from your obsidian, place a block on the 5th block, take that out too, and then just take a little staircase down. You're going to want to take this down 5 blocks, and then once you are done with that, then what you're going to want to do is bring that out up until this point where you place a block here. So what you're going to want to do is just place a block on top of that redstone torch, place a redstone torch on the side of that, then build 2 blocks out, and then put a redstone dust right here, put another redstone torch on top of here, build up with a little redstone torch tower going up, just alternating redstone torches and blocks. Do that until you get up to the layer where you have this. Make sure that you connect this up with redstone. And then at the bottom here, what you're going to do is just line this all with redstone, except this 1 block here, place a redstone repeater at 1 tick. That is how you turn that redstone torch off, and then place a block here. This is where you're going to be placing your lever. So let's do that right now. And we should see, if we flick this lever, this all work. Nice. That is working very smoothly. So that is basically all there is to this tutorial. Okay, that was very hard. Hopefully your brain is not fried from redstone, but now I'm going to be explaining how this all works. I'm going to be doing it in 2 parts, one for the bottom part, one for the top part. If you don't want to watch this or you don't really care, then you don't have to. I just do this because I have never really seen YouTubers do this, and whenever I wanted to understand how a build worked or I wanted to get better at redstone, I never really could because nobody explained how stuff worked. So what we're going to be doing is talking about this top one. So what you got to look at first is you have to make sure that your pistons are powered, both of them are powered, because once they retract, that's how you start to get that open door. So how we have that powered is we have redstone torches running into these blocks, taking the redstone signal into the pistons, moving these pistons down, and they are activated because these redstone torches are activating this redstone line, making this here. Then once that deactivates because you change it, making this redstone torch activate, then this turns off, pulling the blocks up. Now, the way that we pull them up is that what we have to do is these deactivate, causing these pistons to pull up, having these pistons up at this observer level. These observers detect that these redstone repeaters are turning off, causing these pistons to fire again, pulling up these blocks so you have a full little 2 area of gap here. And then the rest of the 3 area is for this triple piston extender down here. And that is for the next part of explaining, which is going to come right about now. So now we're going to explain how this bottom part works. So what you have here is this is all powered off. And once again, these redstone torches are all powering these pistons. So I think I'm going to have to build up a little demonstration for you. So basically what you have is you have 5 different blocks that need to activate for these pistons to push up a block and then to pull it out. So these are all automatically activated, leaving it like this since the redstone torches are activated. Then once we activate the redstone line, then this deactivates and this deactivates at the same time, leaving this, and then this deactivates because we have a 2 tick delay, a 4 tick delay, and then a 2 tick delay. So these get deactivated first, and then the middle one deactivates last. Then we need this to power, which is because this redstone line comes up here, immediately goes to these, and then these observers push out this, causing these to fire again. Then that leaves it like this. Then the bottom line activates because these observers detect that these deactivate, because this has to happen a while after, and since this is at 4 tick delay, this runs into the dispenser, runs into the observer. This observer detects it and then causes these bottom pistons to fire, which makes it look like this. Then you need this block to power, and that is going to happen by this piston powering, but that is going to be in part 2. So the way that we power this second block is that since we have this observer detecting it, this observer detects that this dispenser activates, and then this observer detects that. But this observer also powers these pistons, shooting out these, but that happens 1 tick after this one fires, causing this to fire. Now all we need is this middle one to fire, and that happens since as these observers happen, then these both have 4 tick delay, causing a massive delay on the entire redstone, causing at the very end these observers to detect that this redstone signal is finally depowered, running a signal into this block, finally powering this. And now, to explain this, all we have is turning this on, and then this changes the entire redstone thing, causing this redstone to power, and then this redstone to power. The reason why we do this is because if you want to go up, this is probably the easiest way if it's a big height, if you're not going to use daylight sensors, but that will probably be in another video. So now, all of this explaining is done. If your brain is not fried yet, then you have survived. Thank you for watching this video. This took me a long time to build, so once again, if you do like or subscribe, it would really help out the channel, and I would really appreciate it. This took me 6 to 7 hours to come up with. I'm probably going to take a week off from Redstone, and hopefully you guys have a great day.